a book is simply just ideas, thoughts, convictions, and discoveries that you put on paper.
Yeah.
If someone is 15 years old, in their 15 years of living, they've discovered something that time frame of their life that they would really want to share to someone who is 10 years old.
Yeah.
So suppose I'm coming from a home where maybe there's abusive language, maybe there's alcoholism, maybe there are marriage breakups. At least I can say something about that because I've grown up in that environment.
Yeah.
So really, age is not really the factor. Let me take this opportunity to just cite an example. Let's look at one of the greatest icons that has ever lived, Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson started tapping into his greatness when he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
The time that he was reaching 10 years, he would get a microphone and mesmerize the entire auditorium. So really, the more we feel like we've got a lot of years to do things, the more we don't know how much, because we should know that anytime we can hit the cemetery.
Yeah, of course. Anytime you can bounce, man. Like, look at it this way. Like I said,
Yes.
it's in Africa. I mean, let me not go far. It's in Zambia, where a person who's 21 years old is still young. If they tell you, how old are you? 21. 22. How old are you? Personally, I started living by myself when I was 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
20 years old.
Yeah, I bought my first car when I was 21.
Wow.
Yes. A lot of people kept telling me, you are too young.
You are rushing.
You are rushing. But I'm wondering to myself, at what age am I supposed to drive a car?
Yeah.
At what age am I supposed to run a business? Because I was still in high school when I was selling sweets and stuff, I don't want to say much, but I was selling a lot of things in school while I was still in high school. But today, maybe the society, parents, anybody, they'll be telling you, no, focus apafie.
Yes.
And then look at our crisis we have. There are less jobs to look out for now.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, grade 12. How many graduates are in the streets right now doing nothing?
A lot of them, actually.
A lot. Actually, there are more people doing nothing than more people working.
Yes.
But if we can inculcate a language where we're saying, look, hit your goals. What are you thinking about? And I like this book. I like it. I would like to read more about it and understand it. Where you keep encouraging young people to say, when you wake up, you say, look, I want to invent something. Look at KFC.
Yes.
Yesterday I walked into KFC to have a drink and I was asking my colleagues I was with, I said, do you know the story of this restaurant which you're enjoying today? The guy went with over 100 restaurants trying to sell his recipe.
Actually, his story
is still there. Yes. Of course. Until someone says, look, come. Today, his dead is gone,
yes,
but his legacy continues.
Yes.
Why can't we do that here in Africa to promote people to be entrepreneurs than to be workers?
Actually, here the problem that we have is mindset. You find that the only solution that the only problem we have in Africa is wisdom problem, and that is mindset. Because the history that we've gotten, the handover that we've gotten from our forefathers, has also made us to continue the same trajectory. The only problem that we have in Africa is mindset.
Yeah.
People that want to step out, then those people that really don't want to step out, they'll be the setback again. Then you find that in Africa, what our parents have done and what our forefathers have done, they've set a benchmark of how far we can go. But that is wrong, actually. That should not be a benchmark of how far we can go.
Yeah.
And it's in Africa where people really want to tell you what you can do and what you cannot do.
Yeah.
They want to choose a career for you. And imagine Bill Gates, if the parents wanted him to be a medical doctor, and if they forced him to be a medical doctor, maybe he would have graduated as a medical doctor, but he wouldn't have been the billionaire that we see. But him, looking at his abilities, he chose to be in the IT department.
Of course.
Therefore, I think even parents should have a different mindset. And the only problem that we have is that old generation, that is in my other book, Exceeding the Boundaries of Senses. The problem that we have, Mr. Wadi, is that we've got a gap. I call it the intergeneration gap, where the older generation, they've got resources, but the younger generations, they've got skills. Then the youngest generation, they're not trusted by the older generation. Then now, the younger generation, they feel like they are being deprived of opportunities by the older generations that have.
But that's what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now what we can do is that we have to close the gap where the older generation should try to pass on the battle to the younger generation who have got power to run.
Yes.
Because they've lived their life on their terms. Then they should not try to make us go through the same path again.
Yeah, because it's like football. Kalusha Wade is one of the greatest they ever lived. I mean, I watched Kalusha Wade. I got an opportunity to watch him play football, and I was like,
Physical,
yes,
wow.
amazing player. when he was playing in Mufrila there, Mufrila Wanderers. I watched him play. Then, today, if we take the same Kalusha Bwali,
Yes.
put him in a pitch, I don't think he'll be able to play like Fashion Sakala. Fashion Sakala will beat him
Yes.
beyond experience. All right. But if we have a person like Kalusha Bwali saying, Fashion, come. Instead of you running like this,
Yes.
run like this. Today, Fashion can even be a better player. But the problem is, we have a person like Great Carlo and Fashion trying to compete.
They are competing instead of him passing the baton for the younger. So that's a problem that we have in Africa.
Yeah.
Because you find that there are some homes where even the father is jealous of a child. The
Why?
child wants to pursue their dreams. Then there's a chapter that I mentioned to say we have to jump off the cliff. People want to jump off, but they've been incubated in the culture of failing. People
Yeah.
want to run, they've got ability, but whatever they want to do. I've got my friend. He got 6 points. He has great passion for computers, but the father said, if you want to stay in my house, you have to pursue medicine. He wants to do computers,
ITs, yeah.
but the father doesn't want. So him is at the verge of just breaking out and trying to do what the father wants.
Wow, and that's going to be something else. The last thing we're going to talk about here today, as we're going to talk about the book, The Language of Failure. One of the things that I hate personally with a passion is people that procrastinate. I know you have spoken about it. You are saying procrastination is a disease.
A very great disease.
There are people that are ridiculously procrastinating. Milo, Zajichita, Milo. Then now, if you calculate the hours we sleep, sir, in a year,
Yes.
we actually spend more time doing nothing than doing something positive.
Yes.
Because you sleep, for example, in 24 hours, you are sleeping maybe from 21 to 06. That's like
Actually,
a lot
sir,
of hours.
Actually, if a person is sleeping for 8 hours in a day,
Yeah.
by the time that they reach the age of 30, meaning they have slept for 10 years.
Yes.
And the difference between failure and success is very thin. Just a bit to take action.
Yeah.
You find that people that are doing well, they place high value on time than people that are lazy don't have value for time.
Yeah.
Personally, I've never met a great successful person who doesn't put value on his
time.
time. And I've never met a poor person who puts value on the time as well.
course.
So procrastination is a disease. We don't have to push the work that we're supposed to do today, push it tomorrow. I believe that the moment we take action today, then we don't power up work. It even brings that sense of integrity in us.
Yeah.
People don't want to work with someone who is always procrastinating. Oh, Mr. What did you do it? No, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. People will lose that interest in working with people.
Yeah.
So usually we've got this culture of trying to push work. It's a disease that has to be eradicated. It's very bad for success.
Yeah.
And people that usually procrastinate work, they are even a drawback in organization.
Of course. I mean, work is just busy piling up. Kabomba Milo. Anyway, The Language of Failure, is it out where people can get it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, how can people?
Actually, you can follow my page, Xavier Mtale author /speaker. Then that's where they can get information. They can also follow my YouTube channel, Xavier Mtale. Then there's the information on how they can get the book.
Okay, awesome stuff. Going back to the field today.
And actually, I'm still around here. I'm doing some work. As well.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Yeah.
Thank you.
The Language of Failure. Young people, in the time of COVID-19, it is time to be innovative. Guess what, guys? Yes, there is already a problem. It's there. All right. So let's not beat around the bush. It is there. So we need to find a solution to that. So let's have a different mindset towards it. Remember, wear a mask, sanitize. Social distancing is a way of life. Life has not stopped. We need to continue working and ensuring that we survive. All right, so these are some of the young people that are doing quite recommendable thing. If you're doing that, contact Diamond TV. Let us know what is your story as well, and we'll get interactive. Stand by for Talking Corner.